I've spent over 2 decades, maybe even closer to 3, climbing the corporate ladder. I've seen it all: the late nights, the missed family dinners, the relentless pursuit of that next promotion, that next pay raise, that next title. I did everything they told me to do. I put in the hours. I played the political games. I sacrificed. And for what? For this? To wake up one day, look in the mirror, and ask myself, is this really it? This isn't a feeling you can just shake off, is it? It's a heavy, nagging question that sits in the pit of your stomach. You've achieved what society defines as success. You have the stable job, the respectable title, maybe a nice car, a comfortable home. You're the person your younger self dreamed of becoming. But instead of feeling fulfilled, you feel empty, stuck, like you're an actor in a play you didn't choose, just reciting lines day after day. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. I've been there. I've coached hundreds of senior professionals, executives, people just like you, who hit this wall. They come to me, often in hushed tones, almost ashamed to admit it, and say, I've worked for 20 years, I'm at the top of my game, but I feel completely lost. The scary part isn't the feeling itself. It's the belief that it's too late to change anything, that you've invested too much time, that your responsibilities are too great, that you just have to ride it out until retirement. But what if I told you that's the biggest lie we tell ourselves? This feeling, this mid-career crisis, it's not a sign that your life is over. It's a sign that it's finally ready to begin. So what's really going on here? Why does this happen? The problem isn't that you made bad choices. The problem is that the game itself changed, but you're still playing by the old rules. Think about it. When you started your career, the path was clear. Get a good education, find a stable company, work hard, and you'll be rewarded with security and a nice pension. That was the promise. It was like climbing a mountain on a well-marked trail. You just had to keep putting one foot in front of the other. But the world of work today isn't a single mountain. It's an entire mountain range. The trail you started on might not even lead to the peak you want to reach anymore. Technology has shifted entire industries. The concept of a job for life is a fossil, and the skills that got you here are not the skills that will get you where you want to go next. You've become an expert at navigating a map that is now hopelessly out of date. You're a master sailor who suddenly finds the ocean has turned into a desert. All that expertise, all that effort, and you're left feeling stranded. The first mistake most people make when they feel this way is to double down on what they already know. They think, maybe if I just work harder, get one more promotion, it'll feel better. That's like trying to cure a headache by banging your head against the wall. It only makes it worse. You're trying to solve a problem of meaning with a solution of achievement. It doesn't work. The real problem is a deep misalignment between who you are today and what you do every day. The person who started this journey 20 years ago isn't the same person sitting here now. Your values have changed, your priorities have shifted. Maybe family is more important now. Maybe you crave impact more than income. Maybe you're just tired of the endless meetings about nothing. So, how do we fix this? The first step is something I call the Brutal Self-Audit. You need to get radically honest with yourself. Not the version of you that speaks up in boardrooms, but the real you. Take out a piece of paper or open a new document, and I want you to answer 3 questions. Be honest. No one is going to see this but you. First, what parts of my job right now genuinely give me energy, and what parts drain it completely? Don't think about the salary or the title or what you're supposed to enjoy. Be specific. Is it mentoring a junior colleague? Does that give you a buzz? Or is it preparing the quarterly budget forecast? Does that make you want to crawl under your desk? List them all out. The energy givers and the energy vampires. Second, if money was not an issue for the next 5 years, what would I do with my time? And before you say travel the world, let's go deeper. After the first 6 months of vacation are over, what then? What problems would you want to solve? What would you want to build or create? What skills would you want to learn just for the fun of it? This question isn't about escaping your life. It's about discovering what you'd run towards. And third, what am I most afraid of? Is it financial insecurity? Is it the fear of being seen as a failure by your peers or family? Is it the fear of the unknown, of starting over? Write it down. Stare that fear in the face. Because once you name it, it loses its power. Most of our fears are like monsters under the bed. They seem huge in the dark, but when you shine a light on them, you realize they're not so scary after all. Often the fear is just a story you've been telling yourself. Once you have the answers to these questions, you'll start to see a pattern. You'll have a clearer picture of the disconnect between your current reality and your desired future. This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. This is about gathering intelligence. You're a strategist in your own life. You wouldn't launch a new product without market research. So why would you launch the next chapter of your life without personal research? Now, let's move to the second phase. I call this skill stacking and experimentation. Many people think they need to make a huge, dramatic leap. Quit their high-paying job to become a potter or a yoga instructor. For some, that works, but for most of us, that's not practical or even desirable. The smarter approach is to build a bridge to your next chapter, not jump off a cliff. Look at your list of energy-giving activities and the things you'd do if money weren't an issue. Where is the overlap? Maybe you discovered you love mentoring. How can you do more of that? Could you start a small coaching side hustle? Just one client? Could you volunteer to lead a mentorship program at your company? These are small-scale experiments. They are low-risk ways to test your hypotheses about what might make you happy. Think of it like this. Your career is a portfolio. Right now, 100% of your investment is in one stock. Your current job, that's incredibly risky. We need to diversify. These small experiments are like buying small shares in other companies. Maybe you take an online course in a subject you're curious about. That's a small investment. Maybe you use your expertise to do some freelance consulting on the side. Another small investment. I had a client, a senior marketing director, let's call him Mark. He was 48, earning a great salary, but felt completely burned out. Through his self-audit, he realized he loved the strategy part of his job, but hated the corporate bureaucracy. His what-if dream was to help small businesses. So, what did he do? He didn't quit. He started offering free 30-minute marketing strategy sessions to local small business owners on Saturday mornings. He just wanted to see if he enjoyed it. Within 3 months, he was hooked. The energy he got from helping these passionate entrepreneurs was incredible. Soon, one of them asked to hire him for a small project. Then another. After a year, he had a steady stream of freelance work that was not only fulfilling, but also matched about 40% of his corporate salary. He had built a bridge. He had options. He was no longer trapped. When a round of layoffs eventually came to his company, he wasn't scared. He was ready. He took the severance package and walked confidently across the bridge he had spent a year building. This is the modern way to navigate a career. It's not about one big decision. It's about a series of small, intentional experiments. It's about building new skills on top of the ones you already have. You have 20 years of experience. That is not a liability. It is your greatest asset. You have wisdom, a network, and a level of professionalism that someone in their 20s can only dream of. You just need to learn how to apply it in a new context. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. The final piece of the puzzle is redefining your idea of success. For 20 years, success was a ladder. More money, a bigger title. But that's an external scoreboard. It's a game someone else designed. The next chapter of your life requires an internal scoreboard. Success might now be defined by autonomy, the freedom to choose your projects. It might be defined by purpose, the feeling that your work matters. It might be defined by flexibility, the ability to coach your kid's soccer team on a Tuesday afternoon. You need to write your own definition of success. And once you do, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop chasing ghosts. You start living a life that is authentically yours. It's scary, yes, it requires courage, but the alternative is to spend the next 20 years feeling the way you do right now. Is that a price you're willing to pay? The feeling that this can't be it is a gift. It's your subconscious mind telling you that you're capable of more, not more work, not more stress, but more joy, more meaning, more life. Your past 20 years were not a waste. They were your training ground. They built your foundation. Now, it's time to build a house you actually want to live in. So don't just sit with that question. Don't let it fester. Start the audit. Design your experiments. Redefine your success. Your best work and your most fulfilling years are not behind you. They are right in front of you, waiting for you to claim them. Make sure you're subscribed for more advice on navigating your mid-career journey.